So, hello, we are going to do a stain test on one of the white Icon Temperamentals cases. So I'm going to get it out of the box and we're going to try a few different items to see how we remove them and what products will take it off. So for a lot of things I found, between rubbing alcohol or dish soap, it'll take pretty much everything out. So depending on the ink, or if something is oil-based, it will, the dish soap will work, or if it's more of an ink-based thing, the rubbing alcohol will work. Now I have 99% here, but you can also use a lower percentage. It's just what I happen to have here. So let's start with a Sharpie marker. This is a black Sharpie marker, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a star right there. Feels crazy to start marking up a white case. So I'm just shaking to activate a acrylic Molotov pen. So in order to activate that, I have to shake it, give it a couple little pumps. This is in fluorescent pink because it's fun. Give that little draw. Then we have this one. This is the liquid chrome mirror effect. I honestly don't know if this is, alcohol based or what this is made out of exactly. But as you can see, it's all this stuff here. It's like this mirror effect pen. So let's do a smiley face right there with the mirror pen. All right, and here is a Copic marker. It is mine, it's used, mine are a mess, but I usually use the brush tip, and I'm going to draw a heart with that. Make sure there's a decent amount of ink on it. This is alcohol ink based, so that I do know. Here's another one. This is a metallic gold. I can never get it open without using my teeth. Weak hands problem. Okay, do that right there. And now we're going to get into a few other fun things. This is alizarin crimson oil paint. So this is one that, because it's oil-based, I would recommend using dish soap to remove. So I'm going to use a palette knife, get a little bit of oil on here. Go, and we're just going to give that a little bit of a swipe. And especially because some of these items do get into the texture, the like leather style patterning in the case. You might need to use a little bit of pressure in order to get it off, but it should still come off. This is a red lipstick. I'm going to give a little bit of that. And I will let these things dry. Now, of course, oil paint takes days to cure, or oxidize, I think is what it's called. This is foundation, swipe. And if you were using this as a makeup case, I actually can see it happening where, or even just all the ink and oil paint and all the mess that I have on my hands, I don't think, and on average, you're going to actually go draw on it unless you really felt like it. But, you could have some stuff on your hands and get it on the case. And that's kind of what I see happening more often than, intentional drawing. And then we're going to get some acrylic paint. Take a little swipe of that. So this is teal acrylic paint, fluid acrylic. All right, gonna let that dry for about an hour, come back and give it a clean. Okay, so it's time to start cleaning it off. It has been an hour, so we've let all of these things dry, and I'm gonna be using rubbing alcohol for most of the markers, and then some dish soap for a lot of the more oil-based and cream items. So I'll start with the rubbing alcohol. I've just filled a little spray bottle with the same stuff. everything a little spray. And I'll get a little bit of extra on here. And we're going to wipe it off. It does take a little bit of elbow grease, a little bit of rubbing. But we're removing all of the Copic, Sharpie, and metallic markers. That's pass number 1. And I'm going to get a little bit more to just clean it off. A couple places where you've got to press because it gets into the texture of the fabric. All right, now I'm going to go over here and start getting some dish soap on these items. Oops. I really globbed on the acrylic, might take a minute. Looks like for the most part it's just going to peel off. Oh, yay. That was easier than expected. And then I'll need to hold this firm, give it a good little scrub to get out the parts that are in all the little textures and crevices. There we go. All right, the acrylic paint is out. Get a little bit more dish soap for the lipstick. Get a little bit more here, and I might want a little bit of water to help me activate the dish soap a little bit. Give it a little bit of pressure and elbow grease to get into the texture, and let's go ahead and start getting some of the foundation. Again, just got to give a little push to get all in there. And I know the oil paint's going to be the tricky one. Okay. No concealer left, or I'm sorry, foundation. Now let's start tackling the oil paint. Round 1. Oof, and I have it all over my hands. I used a palette knife and I really pushed the oil paint in all the cracks. So I'm just trying to equally press down to get it out of the cracks. And done. So now I'm going to give the whole bag one more good wipe down, first with a little bit of water, just to remove some of the dish soap. And then I'll give it another wipe down with some rubbing alcohol to just give the bag a final little cleanup. A little bit more water. It's just, I have it in a spray bottle. It's just how I use this for a lot of my watercolor paintings. And one last little bit of rubbing alcohol. Last little bits right there. And there we go. Good as new.